On the island of West Java, Indonesia, lies a site that is quietly rewriting human history. Above ground, it looks like a natural hill covered in ancient megaliths. Locals call it Gunung Padang, or the Mountain of Enlightenment. But for the past decade, geophysicists and archaeologists have been using ground-penetrating radar, seismic tomography, and core drilling to look beneath the surface. What they found is staggering. Buried deep inside this hill is not a simple tomb or a temple, but a massive, multi-layered pyramid. And here is the shocking part. The deepest layer of Gunung Padang may have been built as far back as 27,000 years ago. That would make it not only older than the pyramids of Egypt, but also older than Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, the structure long considered the world's first temple. In this video, we are going to dig into the science, the controversy, and the mystery of Gunung Padang. What lies beneath? And why is the mainstream archaeological community so divided? Let's begin. The story of Gunung Padang begins not with a shovel, but with a report. In 1891, Dutch colonial historian N.J. Krom noted a mysterious stepped structure atop a hill in the Cianjur Regency. For decades, locals treated it as a sacred site, placing stone terraces and pillars on the surface. But it wasn't until 1979 that a local farmer officially reported the site to Indonesian historians. Even then, most archaeologists dismissed it as a natural formation, with some later additions from 500 BC. Fast forward to 2011. A team led by geologist Dr. Danny Hillman Nadawajaja began a systematic survey. They noticed something strange. The hill's shape wasn't random. It had 4 distinct corners, layered terraces, and a specific orientation facing northwest, exactly towards Mount Ged, a nearby volcano considered sacred. That alignment is a classic sign of intentional architecture, but the real evidence would come from below the surface. Using ground-penetrating radar, the team discovered that the hill is not solid rock or soil. It is a layered structure of human-made construction. So what did the radar actually see? Imagine a 3-tiered cake buried under 30 meters of earth. The top layer, Unit 1, is what you see today, a megalithic field with stone pillars and terraces, dated to around 2,500 to 3,500 years ago. But beneath that, Unit 2 is a much more organized layer of columnar basalt, arranged in a box chamber shape. Carbon dating of organic soil between the rocks places this layer between 7,500 and 8,500 years old. That already pushes it before most known megalithic sites. But then we go deeper. Unit 3 sits at the heart of the pyramid, starting at about 15 meters below the surface. This layer is made of massive, naturally carved andesite rock. But the shocking part is that some of these rocks appear to have been deliberately heated and cooled to crack them into shape. That is a known ancient construction technique. Even more controversial, the organic material found in the mortar between these deep rocks yielded radiocarbon dates of 27,000 years ago. Let me repeat that. 27,000 years ago. At that time, the last ice age was at its peak. Sea levels were 120 meters lower. Humans were supposed to be simple hunter-gatherers, living in caves. And yet, someone was building a pyramid on a hill in Indonesia. To understand why this is revolutionary, we have to talk about Gobekli Tepe. Discovered in 1994 in southeastern Turkey, Gobekli Tepe is a complex of T-shaped stone pillars, carved with animal reliefs, arranged in circles. Its oldest layer dates to around 11,600 years ago. Before this discovery, archaeologists believed that organized religion, monument building, and complex society only emerged after agriculture. Gobekli Tepe shattered that theory. It proved that hunter-gatherers could build massive ritual structures. But Gunung Padang's deepest layer is more than twice that age. If confirmed, it would mean that a sophisticated civilization was building pyramids 16,000 years before Gobekli Tepe. Think about that gap, from 27,000 years ago to 11,600 years ago. That is longer than the time between the building of the Great Pyramid of Giza and today. It suggests that the story of human civilization is not a straight line. It is a cycle. Cultures rise, build incredible things, get wiped out by ice age catastrophes, and then rise again. Gunung Padang may be the oldest surviving chapter of that forgotten story. Now, I said if confirmed for a reason, because Gunung Padang has sparked one of the fiercest academic battles in recent memory. In 2018, Dr. Neda Wajaja and his team published their findings in the journal Geophysical Research Letters. But many archaeologists pushed back hard. Their main criticism? The 27,000-year-old carbon dates came from soil samples, not from human-made artifacts like tools or carvings. Soil can move, they argue. It could have seeped into natural cracks in the rock, giving a false age. Others say the buried pyramid is simply a natural lava dome that weathered into steps. Dr. Neda Wajaja counters with evidence of man-made mortar, deliberately shaped stones, and the layered construction that mimics known pyramid building. In 2023, the team published an even more detailed study in Archaeological Prospection. But the debate rages on. Why does this matter? Because if Gunung Padang is truly a 27,000-year-old pyramid, then everything we think we know about the Ice Age, human migration, and the origins of civilization would have to be rewritten. Textbooks would need to be burned and replaced. And science, as you know, is very slow to burn its textbooks. So where does that leave us? Gunung Padang remains a mystery wrapped in a mountain. It is either the most important archaeological discovery in a century, proving that an advanced Ice Age civilization built pyramids when mammoths still roamed, or it is an elaborate natural formation that humans later decorated. The truth likely lies somewhere in between. What is not in dispute is that the site is ancient, sacred, and largely unexplored. Indonesian authorities have limited further excavation to protect the site, so definitive answers may take years or decades. But one thing is clear: we cannot keep assuming that our ancestors were simple. Every time we dig deeper, we find older and more complex structures. Gobekli Tepe changed the timeline. Gunung Padang may shatter it. As we uncover more buried pyramids, whether in Bosnia, Antarctica, or beneath the jungles of Indonesia, one question haunts us. How many lost civilizations are still sleeping under our feet? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Gunung Padang is a 27,000-year-old pyramid? Or is science right to be skeptical? I'll see you in the next video.